Did you know the lovely pink color of your farmed salmon fillet might not come from a natural diet of shrimp and krill, but from a synthetic pigment added to its feed? It's true, mate. Like a painter choosing a color from a chart to get the exact shade of pink customers expect. One of many secrets hiding in plain sight on supermarket shelves, tucked into the foods we toss in our trolleys every week. We trust labels and brands, but the story behind our food is often far messier and more shocking. Time to pull back the curtain. These aren't exotic ingredients. I'm talking about the basics. Salmon bread, coffee, yogurt. We've become disconnected from where our food comes from. Who grew it? What's really in it? How did it get from farm or factory to my plate? The answers aren't always pretty, but knowing them is step one to taking back control. Right, let's talk about salmon. It's brilliant, isn't it? Full of omega-3s, fantastic for your brain and heart. A beautiful piece of pan-fried salmon with crispy skin is one of life's simple pleasures. But there's a massive difference between wild salmon and the farmed stuff that fills most supermarket chillers. Wild salmon gets its gorgeous color and its powerful nutrients from a natural life swimming free, eating a rich diet of smaller sea creatures. It's a proper powerhouse of goodness, but it's also more expensive and harder to find, which is where fish farming comes in. It's a solution, but it's one that has created a whole new set of problems we need to talk about. Farmed salmon is a different kettle of fish altogether, literally. These fish are often raised in crowded underwater pens, a breeding ground for diseases, sea lice. To combat this, they're sometimes treated with antibiotics and pesticides, traces of which can end up on your dinner plate. And that beautiful pink color? It often comes from a synthetic pigment called astaxanthin added to their feed pellets. Without it, the flesh of many farmed salmon would be a rather unappetizing grey color. It's food styling before the food has even left the farm. It feels a bit dishonest, doesn't it? I had a chat with a lovely woman named Sarah, a mum of 2 from Manchester. I always bought farmed salmon for the kids, thinking I was giving them the best. It was affordable and they loved the color. When I found out about the dyes and the conditions, I was horrified. It felt like a betrayal. Coffee. For millions of us, it's the magic potion that kickstarts the day. That beautiful aroma, that rich, dark flavor, it's a ritual. And there's good news. Proper, good quality coffee is packed with antioxidants and linked to health benefits. Lower risk of certain diseases, improved brain function. It's a wonderful natural product that grows on a beautiful plant. But the global demand for cheap coffee has created a darker side. That £2 latte story is often more troubling than the froth suggests. We need to understand the journey from bean to cup. Much coffee is grown in sun-grown plantations. Rainforest is cleared for them. Massive monoculture fields replace forests. Higher yield makes coffee cheaper, but it comes at a massive environmental cost. It destroys habitats for birds and other wildlife. It leads to soil erosion. It requires heavy chemical fertilizers and pesticides. The plants are kept alive in unnatural conditions. The traditional eco-friendly method is shade-grown coffee. Plants grow under a rainforest canopy, preserving the ecosystem. The human cost can be just as high. Farmers and workers are often paid incredibly low wages. Many are trapped in a cycle of poverty. Bread. It's been at the heart of our tables for thousands of years. It's the stuff of sandwiches, toast, mopping up delicious sauces. Proper bread made with just a few simple ingredients: flour, water, yeast, a pinch of salt. A good sourdough, a rustic wholemeal loaf is delicious and can be a source of fibre, B vitamins, slow-release energy. Wholesome, nourishing food. But the modern, mass-produced sliced loaf is a world away, engineered for long shelf life and a super soft texture. That process has changed it into something else. Look at an ingredients list on a standard supermarket loaf, a long list of things you won't find in your cupboard: emulsifiers, preservatives, added sugar dough conditioners. They're added to speed up baking, create a uniform texture, and stop bread going stale for weeks. One controversial addition is palm oil linked to massive deforestation in Southeast Asia. Yogurt has got this fantastic health halo, doesn't it? We see it as a guilt-free snack, a healthy breakfast, something brilliant for our gut, and natural unsweetened yogurt truly is a superfood. It's packed with protein, calcium, and beneficial probiotics that support a healthy digestive system. A dollop of plain Greek yogurt on your porridge or with some fresh berries is a fantastic way to start the day. It's simple, it's honest, and it's genuinely good for you. But the moment you venture into the colourful world of flavoured yogurts, things get a bit sticky, quite literally. The problem is sugar. Many fruit-flavoured yogurts, especially the low-fat ones, are absolutely loaded with it. To make up for the lack of flavor when the fat is removed, manufacturers pump them full of sugar, syrups, and fruit concentrates. A single small pot can contain 4 teaspoons, 5 teaspoons, or even 6 teaspoons of added sugar. That's more than you'd find in some chocolate bars or biscuits. It's marketed as a healthy choice, especially for kids, but it's essentially a dessert masquerading as a health food. Tinned tomatoes are a true kitchen hero. They're the base for so many of our favorite dishes: bolognese, chili curry, beautiful pasta sauces, warming soups. They are cheap, convenient, and available all year round. Plus, cooked tomatoes are a fantastic source of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that's even more available to our bodies after the cooking and canning process. On the surface, a tin of chopped tomatoes seems like one of the most honest and straightforward products you can buy. But behind this simple staple, there can be a story of exploitation and environmental concern that we all need to be aware of. A huge proportion of the world's processed tomatoes comes from just a few regions, with Italy being a major player. While there are many brilliant ethical producers, parts of the industry have been plagued by reports of terrible labor practices. There are stories of migrant workers being exploited, paid shockingly low wages, and forced to work in dreadful conditions under the hot sun for long hours. This system, sometimes controlled by organized crime, is known as caporalato. It's a brutal reality that means the low price of our tinned tomatoes can come at a very high human cost. The banana is the perfect snack, isn't it? It even comes in its own biodegradable wrapper. They are packed with potassium, brilliant for energy, loved by everyone from toddlers to athletes. We buy them in their millions every single week, and we've come to expect them to be perfect, uniformly yellow, unblemished, and incredibly cheap. But that demand for cosmetic perfection and a rock-bottom price has a massive impact, both on the environment where they are grown and on the people who grow them. The journey of that flawless banana from a tropical plantation to your fruit bowl is a tough one. Almost all the bananas we eat are of one single variety, the Cavendish. This lack of genetic diversity, a monoculture, makes the plants incredibly vulnerable to disease. One major threat is a fungus called Panama disease, which is currently wiping out Cavendish plantations across the world. To fight this and other pests, banana plantations are often sprayed with a heavy cocktail of fungicides and pesticides, some of which are sprayed from aeroplanes. These chemicals can contaminate the soil, pollute local water sources, and pose a serious health risk to the workers on the plantations and the communities living nearby. Right, we've uncovered some pretty heavy stuff. It can feel a bit overwhelming, I know, but here's the brilliant part. You don't need to change everything overnight. Small, simple swaps can make a massive difference to your health, your family's well-being, and the wider world. It's all about making conscious choices, one meal at a time. It's not about being perfect, it's about being a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So let's run through some really easy wins you can put into action on your very next shopping trip. This is the fun part where you take back control. First up, that yogurt. Ditch the sugary flavored pots, just stop buying them. Instead, grab a big tub of plain, natural Greek yogurt. It's a blank canvas. At home, you can stir in a spoonful of jam, a drizzle of honey, or my favorite, a big handful of frozen berries. As they thaw, they release their beautiful juices and create a gorgeous, naturally sweet sauce. You're cutting down on sugar, getting more real fruit, and it's often cheaper to buy a big pot of plain yogurt than lots of little individual ones. It's a no-brainer, and your gut will thank you for all those lovely unsweetened probiotics. So, there you have it. The food on our plates tells a story. It's a story about the earth, the oceans, the hard-working people, the people who grow, the people who farm, the people who make what we eat. For too long, many of us have been disconnected. The food industry has taken advantage. They sold us convenience. They sold us perfection. They sold us low prices, but often at a hidden cost to our health. A hidden cost to the environment, a hidden cost to other human beings. The fantastic news, we have the power to change that story. Every single time we go to the shops, every time we cook a meal, we are making a choice. This isn't about guilt or overwhelm, it's the opposite. Feeling empowered. Your shopping trolley is one of the most powerful tools for change. The food industry responds to demand. Demand better, fewer additives. Demand food grown sustainably. Demand food that provides a fair living for producers. Your choices, multiplied by millions, create a wave of change. Your plate is your power. Use it wisely.